Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail, back with some more Hearthstone, and thank you all for joining today. This is the new season. It's actually going to be, and I'll back up a little bit here, there's going to be some Blackrock Mountain cards introduced pretty soon. And we'll just take a look at that real quick because the adventure mode screen is already here. You can even choose it. Week 1 is not open, but the very first week you're going to get Emperor Thurician, I forget how you pronounce that, and Resurrect, some pretty good cards to start with, and Grim Patron, which is pretty gimmicky, and Gang Up, which I'm not entirely sure about, but I'm sure someone way smarter than me will make a good use of it. But Emperor is a card that I'm really interested in adding to Control Warrior, so I want to actually get better with Control Warrior. I don't have Alexstrasza, which is something that some people say is required, some people say it's not, but you see my deck list to the right. We're just going to go ahead and get started. Last season I made it to rank 7. I actually made it all the way to rank 5 and 5 stars, and mostly on Mage, but I just ended up not having time because of work at the end of the season to make things work. So, like I said, I'm not on delay. Any comments you leave are live. Any suggestions like, oh God, please, Lord, no. Don't do what you're about to do is appreciated. Just keep in mind is that one of my biggest challenges going from where I am now to higher on up is good decision making, and the early part of the season is going to be kind of a tough time to try and rank up. We'll see here. So I imagine this is going to be a mech mage. We're going to be seeing a lot of rush decks here. This is a pretty good opening hand. I think I'll keep the Acolyte and the Armor Smith, although I'd love to get a Fiery War Axe. Cruel Taskmaster is quite nice too, though. So like I said, I'm assuming this is mech mage. What mech mage comes down to for me usually is are they actually going to dump out a bunch of minions right away, and can I get something to respond to them right away? So it's going to be a Mad Scientist. Okay, so could be any number of things. Alright, so Unstable Ghoul is a really nice addition here. It's some tech that I got from competitive Hearthstone, and it's a little interesting to see which one I want to drop down first. I think I'll drop the Armor Smith first. I mean, there's plenty of good options here. I have a nice starting hand, so Snow Chugger. We'll see how that goes here. Now, one of the challenges that I face as I continue to play here is where can I get some extra armor? What is actually going to keep me from getting some additional armor here? So let's see. Do I want to attack into the Mad Scientist? I don't know. I think I'll let him trade into me for now. See what happens. Third turn is going to be Cruel Taskmaster, Unstable Ghoul, and I'll have a pretty decent early board if it comes to it. Of course, he could wreck me. Okay. So, Mech Mage, as we said, is coming, and he's just going to go for face. So that's going to prevent the War Axe play. Fortunately, I don't have it. See that he's thinking about activating that, so we'll see how that goes. So, Execute might be worthwhile. I probably want to trade up on the Snow Chugger, though. So let's go ahead and get that going. So that's going to be a little bit of armor. This ghoul's going to do some work. Alright, so the one downside of not going ahead and getting the secret out of the way is it's probably Mirror Entity, and I don't have a lot of things that I'd like to get mirrored at this point, but we'll see what additional armor we can get. Like I said, Mech Mage is a matchup that I struggle with a little bit, but it's all about surviving the early game, which usually means getting a weapon and maintaining your armor a bit, so we'll see how that goes. Important thing is that at least right now I have early board. You can get screwed really fast by not getting that, plus I should be able to get some card draw. Alright, so a little bit more damage for everybody. That's Mirror Entity. It has to be. And unless he can clear this with something, and he's not. Okay. So that was a good turn. Actually, I'll be pretty happy if it's Counterspell here. And now I'm debating, do I just give him a 3/3 to clear his board? I mean, this is a decent time as any to test if it's Mirror Entity. One thing I'm also trying to work on is actually thinking about my moves here. I could execute this. I don't really think that's the right play, but there's not really a bunch of other threats to execute in Mech Mage, really, compared to this, so it's a decent option. I could trade out. I could go ahead and pop the Mirror Entity. Based on what I've thrown out so far, that's probably for the best. Let's at least test and see what it is. Alright. Alright. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and trade in here, because the worst case is letting him get another mech out and then killing that. So take that thing out while it's not a threat. 7 armor's not bad. Like I said, I'm just trying to think through my moves a little better as time goes on. There's the Frostbolt. That's okay. I would much rather him use a Frostbolt to take out a unit like that than to give him some reach or something else, but... Question is, do I turn 6 Sylvanas? No, it looks like it's going to be a Fiery War Axe turn and then turn 7 Dr. Boom, so I can go ahead and get that started. Let's at least get some more information. Kel'Thuzad, that could be a very interesting turn 8 if he doesn't clear Dr. Boom. Of course, and like I said, Dr. Boom's one of the things I do expect even from Mech Mage, so it'll be kind of the first test here. Does he have anything to clear this? Right now, it's nice that he has not flooded the board, so I did stop the early onslaught. Alright, so Snow Chugger's going to be a little bit annoying. And I don't mind losing some of my armor because I don't have a lot of shield slam, but I think we're going to try and go for the Dream Kel'Thuzad, Dr. Boom, but if that doesn't work, Sylvanas, Fiery War Axe is pretty good. There's not a lot of great execute targets. Now, I want to actually attack this first, but I'm going to be playing Dr. Boom first, just because I don't want a Mana Worm to screw me over with anything. So, I've had that happen too many times. And it's not. It's a Nerubian Weblord, which is actually would have kept me from playing Dr. Boom as well, so that's good that I've dodged that. So this gives me board. I like Dr. Boom for the same reason a lot of people do, but in a situation like this, it's not always the #1 thing. He may just try and go for face. And it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. Does he have a Big Game Hunter? That's interesting. No, he's just going to freeze it. Okay. So he's going to go for face, and he's about to get wrecked just a little bit. Alright, well, you know, that's not awful. Alright. So that stops the battle cry. Only problem is I can't execute and Kel'Thuzad at the same time. So I'm going to have to really test and see. You can't... see, this is a tough turn, because I want a Kel'Thuzad to try and hold on to this. But I really need to kill the Sea Giant. So it's probably better for me to go ahead and get some armor, get a weapon, save Kel'Thuzad for another turn. If I can have, like I said, you go for the dream, but you don't always anticipate the Sea Giant. So let's go ahead and draw a card. Rag's pretty good. Not exactly what I was looking for here, but was really hoping that would hit something else. So execute. I actually can't weapon right now. Well, I may as well develop the weapon now so I can have it next turn. So he's got to have something to deal with Dr. Boom, or I don't know. He could have 2 fireballs and just kill him. Oh, he has a second Sea Giant. That's cute. Alright. Okay, Sludge Belcher's a nice draw. Very, very clunky hand, though. Like I said, a little bit to think about. This thing's going to freeze me out and not let me use my weapon until something else happens. I could YOLO Rag. That could be a little bit of a risky move, but it forces him to maybe trade. Kel'Thuzad just dies to this, so that's not the best. So, I guess Sludge Belcher, Weblord, and then Taskmaster. That it takes it. It increases its attack, which is not great, but if he has some cuteness to try and silence this or something, I don't know. It may have just set up Lethal for myself, and that's okay. Blast Mage, that's pretty good. And there's the Mirror Entity as well, so that's fun. Alright. So he has a pretty damn good board. What happens if I play Kel'Thuzad here? If I play Kel'Thuzad, I'm not going to really... If I play Kel'Thuzad, I'm going to have to kill it, and that means leaving that up, so that's not awesome. I could play the Armorsmith and Sylvanas and just take that down. See, Kel'Thuzad's one of those cards that's really clunky here right now. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it, but I still think this may be better. There we go. And then I guess I could develop this anyway, so... Alright. Alright, 1, 2... Oh good, got the surrender. Alright. Now the mistake I made there, and I'm just trying to be critical of my play, is... Now, I'd gassed him. He'd ran out of cards. I forgot how much mana I had, so I almost didn't play the Armorsmith first to knock out the Mirror Entity. That's where I just got to actually think about my plays a little bit more, but still surviving Mech Mage, which is a matchup that I don't particularly like, but I understand, at least from playing Tempo Mage a lot. Decent start. Decent start. Alright. Now, like I said before, I'm playing a pretty standard Control Warrior deck. I don't have Alexstrasza, so I'm not playing Alexstrasza. But big thing, do I keep Harrison here? I don't know. It's probably more important to get a weapon. But if they to battle, Harrison is a pretty nice follow-up. I'm going to maybe hope to get him later. Not the best opening ever, but we'll see. Okay, I'm not gonna have a lot of plays early. That's for sure. There we go. Not the best start. And this is what you run into with Control Warrior plenty, is that you'll get a really clunky hand. Now I could potentially Shield Slam on 2 armor this next turn if he doesn't have something to kill the Acolyte of Pain right now. But 1 shielded Minibot by itself is not going to kill me. It's all the other crap that he could throw out here, so... And I'm curious how the Paladin's going to change here. I've heard a lot of people hype about Dragon Paladin and everything. There we go. There's the muster. Alright. Now that's a good deck, or that's a good move for Sludge Belcher. Go ahead and get me 2 cards, that's fine. Ugh. See, this is one of the issues, is that I have a lot of 2-drops in the deck. I don't really want to Shield Slam this, but I don't have any Whirlwinds or anything either. So if you're having to make that move turn 3, you're already in trouble. I do have 2 Sludge Belchers, but no coins, so I'm going to have to suffer a little bit through the early onslaught. Which means I know he has at least 2 Quartermasters in his hand, because it's that kind of game. Might as well just go ahead and get this out of the way. Alright. Bomb Lobber, not good. Look at this. Look at this awesome play here. Just armor. There we go. I mean, if I can survive into the late game, I have a pretty good hand. But it's going to be probably Belcher. There's his Belcher, so that's okay. That's better than a Quartermaster. And at least so far he doesn't have a... He has early game for this. He doesn't have to play anything else right now, so that's good for him. Is this a brawl turn? I don't think it's right to brawl all these guys yet, but I'll hold that in my pocket. I want something more threatening than just some tokens. Like, this is a better brawl turn. 1, 2... Prevent a little more damage. Alright. Guess the question is, do I brawl here or do I play my other Sludge Belcher and force him to go ahead and poke through that and then brawl War Axe? next turn. I kind of want to see if he'll play something else on top of what he has, so it's worth a try. It's early in the season. I had a slow hand. Let's see if we can slow down the game even more. It may have been a better move to just brawl there, but he's going to try and preserve his taunt as best he can, which is the right move. But what I want to know is, does he have something else? Yes, Dr. Boom. Of course he has Dr. Boom. And that's why we save our brawl just a little bit. So, Unstable Ghoul. Brawl. Probably too low in life to make it anyway, but... because those Boom bots could wreck me. And who live? Dr. Boom lives! Oh... well, hey, you know what? You brawl for the odds, and sometimes they're not in your favor. I mean, I was way too far behind anyway. But I mean, what other move did I have there? Oh well. Play again. The fun part about very, very early in the season is that you have all your players that were clumped up around your rank anyway, so I'm a little bit below all the people who are fighting from Legend, who've probably been up since 3 a.m. Eastern playing. But I'm doing my best to try and stick with one deck through thick and through thin. I'm expecting to get better as the season goes along. And I don't think keeping Harrison would have ended up saving me last game, so I feel better about ditching that. I needed early game and I didn't have early game. So War Axe is good. Pain is good. Turn 5 Sludge Belcher is good. Have to be mindful of Shadow Madness for the Acolyte of Pain, though. So we'll just greetings here. And hope this guy's a little bit of a slow hand. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and nip that in the bud. Now, maybe he has a ooze or something. But I've got a few of my weapons in hand, so that's fine. There we go. Now, Priest is another deck that I really like playing, but I don't really have the dust to, say, throw out Light Bomb. And this is better to have to deal with Shadow Madness. Well, I mean, if I Cruel Taskmaster him, he's still gonna get a little bit here, and I assume he has Shadow Madness there. Just you can't really play around it too much. I guess the question for me is, do I try and develop my board and get two cards out of it? But I think the answer is no. I think it's going to be Armor Smith, and then go ahead and get a little bit of armor. So there's he's twitching on something. Get another card here. Second Death's Bite, not terrible. And let's do that big 1 damage. I don't know if he's twitching on Harrison or what. If he is and he gets 1 card, more power to him. But this is probably going to be Shadow Madness to steal the other card and take out the other Taskmaster. Yeah, one of the things I was struggling with is I was practicing at the end of the season, which is one after I dropped away from rank 5 or almost got rank 4. Yeah, there we go. This is smart just to get the other card, clear my board a little bit. So, but I mean, there's not a lot you can do, at least with the opening hand I have, other than not play creatures. But I'd rather get Shadow Madness out of the way versus him playing this, getting the Sludge Belcher and keeping a token or something. So there's Kel'Thuzad. A bit of a win more card, but do I develop my board with the Sludge Belcher or do I just shield block? I feel like I can save the shield block for now, go and develop my board. Might as well do that. Make some gunk come out, and why not? Alright. Now, ha! There we go, okay. Like I said, I'm fine with that. There hasn't really been anything else to, say, take away from it. So let's see here, turn 6. I kind of want to save my shield slam for later. But I can also preserve my life total by using it here. But Priest is going to have bigger threats than this. So I could Cruel Taskmaster this, get it 3 attack, get 2 armor, Death's Bite, and kill Harrison, and at least have a Death's Bite. It's not, unless he's playing Oozes as well, it's not like he's going to get something else. Let's do that. It may be more correct, and like I said, you're welcome to comment here. It may be more correct to Shield Slam since I have it, but... this lets me develop a weapon, possibly throw a Death Rattle out there later. I mean, the alternative is trying to save myself with a Kel'Thuzad. We'll see. Doesn't, I still don't... either way, the nice thing is that if, assuming he doesn't kill this, I can coin out Kel'Thuzad, and that can do some potential work here. And I've thought about playing Trampoline Warrior, more of an aggro warrior deck as well. And I had some fun with that at the end of last season as well. I just wasn't very consistent with it. Okay. And, okay. That's fun. Is it right to coin out Kel'Thuzad here? I don't know for sure. I can at least Death's Bite and kill this. Kill all of it, so... that seems alright. I mean, what's likely going to happen, he's probably going to Shadow Word Death it anyway, so... alright. But at least you can't Big Game Hunter that, but yeah, there's nothing that's going to come back up, but... I mean, it gives me a turn 8 possible Shield Slam. There's the Shadow Word Death. And sometimes Priest is just going to have the answers here early. He's gotten 2 card draws off of me, which is a little bit problematic. My other concern is what else is he going to play now? I have Shield Block. I have a little bit of card draw here and everything, but... alright, that's pretty good. So I would say the Priest is ahead right now. Sylvanas is a good pickup. Do I play Sylvanas now is the question. I don't think I do just yet. Could always set up the Shield Slam into myself, so... let's see. Rag's decent. I wonder if he plays more than 1 death. Some Priest decks play 1 death, some play 2. So both of these are death targets. More Thought Steal. So at least he's not getting those. He's probably getting like 2 Dr. Booms from me right now, though. Alright. Well, as good of a time as any. I guess I can rag onto here. I'm not sure if it's better to rag or if it's better to... I mean, I could just Shield Slam this and save my axe for a little later. That's more mana efficient. I mean, Sylvanas isn't going to do a ton of work for me yet here. And probably what would have been smarter there, to be honest, is I'm assuming he has the mind control as well. Is that this is going to get mind controlled in just a second. Yeah, there goes that token. So if he has the mind control, and he probably does, I probably could have played around that a bit better. No, just a death. Okay. And there's another Belcher, so he's been stealing my Belchers. Alright. I'm not super behind, but I need more things to play. We'll save that for later. Alright, so that was a mistake. Should not have played that first. Oops. Alright. That's 1 unnecessary damage, and that can make a world of difference right there. And that's where once again I got to be better about. Hey, let's think about what you're actually doing here before you just drop units. Also known as why I didn't make Legend last year and was stuck in rank 5. Decision making. And that's where you just need practice for things like that. So, see? Look, execute. I do not deserve to win this game anymore. Paying for my errors. There we go. So he stole 2 bomb lobbers. Because I imagine Priest does not generally play bomb lobber. That's a good recombobulate too. That's a really good recombobulate. Yeah, I've lost this one. Unless I get like some miracle draw here, this one is... That's not the draw I was looking for. I'm not out of it though. But I think I'm too far behind to make it up, so... Disappointing. I literally threw away my Sylvanas. And I don't have too many big threats left. That's where something like Alex Strauza would still be good to say take down in the control versus control matchup. Wow, first time seeing a North Shore Cleric here. Butts here. I've gone through my weapons. I don't like armor passing here. But he doesn't really have to play anything right now. I have a dead hand. See? There we go. Still kind of a dead hand. I mean, I don't want to force myself into playing this just yet. Just to try. I don't want to play this just because. If that makes sense. So let me armor pass again. Force him to do something. I'd rather play Gramash after the brawl. Is that the right move? Probably not. Okay. Okay, now he's just got all he has to, so was hoping to bait something else out, and did. Alright. Let's go for it. I never have good brawl luck. Let's have that change today. Nope. Well, Pyromancer's still there at least, so... And I still get a token out of it. I mean, he can kill the token right away. I can always execute the Pyromancer, which feels like a horrible waste. At least this is not going to get Vol'jined. Alright. Was there a reason you wanted to power word shield that? Just so you can heal. Okay. And it's actually going to be healed back to full health, so I can't even execute it. Smart. Alright. Acolyte of Pain, just a little bit too late here. Alright. I don't really have a lot of plays left. I don't have a lot of cards left. Let's see if I can at least get one draw out of this. He'll get another draw from the North Shore Cleric. Maybe it would have been better for me to charge in, I don't know. I mean, I still have Shield Maidens and stuff. There's a lot of things I haven't seen. Maybe I should have gone face with Harrison, or before he Harrisoned out before, but he would have just gotten my Death Spite. So is this a circle of healing time? No, just light the Nara. Okay. So my brawl's gone. I don't like brawling that early. Okay, Bomb Lobber. Oh well. I think you'll be okay, buddy. Alright. So, unfortunately, I do not have a great way to fatigue him in time. And this thing's just going to be built up all to hell. Alright. Am I dead? You bet your ass I'm dead. But let's go down swinging, shall we? Alright, so... 1, 2, 3, 4. Still has a lot of threats in his hand, as he has 10 cards in his hand. But I at least want to play this one out and see how it goes. As right now, he can kill off his own Northshire, and that's probably a good idea. But does he have the balls to do it? I did not play this one the best. I still don't think I'm going to make it out of here, but that's why I packed 2 Shield Maidens. It's extra, all extra health. And once again, it's where, like, Alexstrasza would get me closer to getting him to lethal and possibly fatiguing himself to death if it comes to that, but I still have a big game hunter, depending on if he's not playing. If he's playing Rag or something, at least I can do that. All right. Do like this unstable ghoul though. It gives me something else to work with. All right. That's one way to kill everything. And do I bomb lob or do I wait? I don't really want to Gramash here, so he's going to be able to heal every turn though, so go for face, that's fine. If he's only playing 1 death, I don't know if there's a lot he can do about that. Okay, are you really Shadow Madnessing? No! Oh my god, it's going to be Cabal Shadow Priest, and that's going to be the game. Oh, damn. All that in his hand. All that in his damn hand. Alright. Well, I mean, what can you do? I mean, there's a lot of ways I could have possibly prevented death before. Still try and play it out, but man. 2 Shrinkmeisters. 2 in hand. I guess I hadn't seen any the whole game. I mean, just think, he would have done that with almost anything I dropped out there, so. I don't have a second Brawl. It'd be really nice if I did. So yeah, it's probably going to be too much damage. And he doesn't have to play anything else. Oh well. There's Fire War Axe. I didn't deserve to win that one anyway. I didn't play that one very well. Held on as long as I could. I am now down from where I started, which is, I guess, to be expected. I'm playing a deck that I'm not as practice with as maybe some decks I played with last season. But this is some good practice as well, you could say. Alright. Alright, versus Hunter. Yeah, it's really weird. For some reason, I never seem to do good versus Priest with really any of my decks, but when I play as Priest, I never seem to do very well either. And it's really strange that I didn't even get Light Bomb that last game. But now we're here. And there's the coin. Alright. Don't have an awesome early answer for that. I do have a turn 4 Death's Bite, so we'll see if this is aggro or mid-range. So it's aggro. Might as well stop the damage as best I can. I'm going to have to really babysit my life total, though. At least I have a Belcher. And Armor Smith Shield Block is not a bad turn 5 play. Biggest thing is I just want to get him out of cards. I said I want to get him out of cards. Alright. Apologies for the sneeze. Okay, I could Death's Bite here, but I think it's probably smarter for me to develop the Armor Smith. What may actually be smarter is if I armored up every turn. But at least I'll have a taunt out next turn. He probably has an owl, but let's hear. Go for face. You know you want to go for face. As I have a dog whistling in the background because she wants to run out yet again. Wow, that's what you owl. Okay. You know what? I will take that as a victory, actually. Alright. Sometimes they run one owl, sometimes they run two. So, if they're running two, that's just too bad for me. But Shield Block's good. Death's Bite. Cool. Taskmaster is decent if I need to trade up. Death's Bite Armor may actually be the play. So like I said, all you gotta do with these face hunters is just get them to run out of gas. And I don't have any heal bots or anything in this deck. But he's going to have to drop a lot of something in a hurry. And he could just have a bunch of combo cards here. Or a lot of finisher cards. So I may need to be wary of, can he unleash Hunter's Mark, kill me? Alright. That's a good sign. That's a better sign. Is he going to play a trap too? Yep. Well, let's see here. There's not a lot for me to do other than trigger the trap. I could always wait to trigger the trap, but I'm going to have to. I have to go sometime. So, explosive, that's okay. That kind of dictates what I'm going to be doing here, though. So let's shield block. And Unstable Ghoul just dies to this, so I'd rather the Death Rattle affect something on the board. So let's shield block again. Oh, Harrison. Harrison is going to be really nice next turn, especially if I can trigger another secret, which I don't think I'll be able to. Alright. This will be a good turn. Oh, the patch notes from today. I get to see what's in actually the museum now, so that's good. Yeah, Unstable Ghoul here. Face Hunters very rarely play Harrison, so that works. So I got a dog still crying at me. I see why she's crying at me, as well as that the tiny dog's taking her spot on the couch. She doesn't know what to do with that. There's your second owl. Good top deck. Wow, okay. You know you are in a good spot when Face Hunter's having to make trades. Okay, I think we're in a decent shape here, so I'm not even going to deal with the Secret Keeper just yet. Let's think this through. I could rag. What's the benefit of ragging? Not a lot, because I don't want to get top decked here. So it's probably safer to Shield Maiden Armor Smith, which means I should play the Armor Smith first. Get the extra armor. I sometimes forget about the extra armor to be had. And this saves me even if he gets an unleash kill command. I'm going to fix the couch for a dog real quick. Alright, what did I miss? One leper gnome, one secret. And let's see, so trading into there. Well, let's see, this is going to die anyway, so let's get that armor. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to assume that's, well, let's see, we have a blank board. It's probably better to Dr. Boom here and Cruel Taskmaster this, go ahead and set off everything. Alright. If it's explosive trap, that's fine. I don't mind killing this. Maybe a little less responsible, but... There we go. Is the face hunter down? I don't know. If I played Dr. Boom first, I could have gotten immediate damage from boom bots and gotten some extra armor instead of taskmastering, and that may have been better. And this is going to be unleash. No, Leroy. Okay, so he's essentially... Oh god, please hit the other boom bot and hit Leroy. Oh no, that's too bad. Okay, so that's a win. Let's just see if we can get to rank 17. I was about to say rank 19. Yeah, apparently there's a new quest out there where that'll, if you spectate a game, you get a card pack, but I have not gotten that quest yet. Alright. Another worthy opponent, of course. Okay, this will be fun. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to gain any ranks today. I just want to... My goal is to get better. And I'm going to ditch everything but the Acolytes. Hoping it's not Zoo. Well, actually, this is a really awesome opening if it's Zoo, so... If it is, I can just coin out War Axe and then Armor Smith, Armor Smith, Armor Smith, Acolyte, Armor Smith, something like that. If it's Handlock, it's probably all going to get Shadow Flamed. Considering the mulligans, it's probably Handlock. I think they're supposed to put in a patch that will change how or change the ability to see what cards people mulligan. Oh, that's a little different. Probably better to coin out Armor Smith. Did you realize you're... Okay, so Eduardo's just sitting here now, so we'll see if there's actually anything to come of this. Alright. Nope. Armor time. The only reason I have a golden armor smith is because I only have 2 armor smiths and one of them happens to be golden. Although it's pretty, don't get me wrong. For those who don't realize, armor smith is a girl. But I think the glowy part of the card's pretty and all that, so yay. Alright. Hello, 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 Anoitron. That's actually alright, so... You know, let's go ahead and play the War Axe. so 2 Acolytes, 2 Armor Smiths early. Pretty good. So the good news is that it's probably not handlock.
So many possibilities.
I don't mind you tapping there. Okay, so it's more mana efficient for me to play one of the Acolytes of Pain, but since I do have a Taskmaster here, it may be fine for me to play the Armor Smith and grab the extra armor while I can, but I think Acolytes... Go ahead and get the card draw out there, or draw out some of the removal. This is probably going to get Mortal Coiled regardless, so... Of course, if he plays like a thing that summons other demons, it's going to be a little interesting. But I still have the Taskmaster execute thing as well. Like I said, the bright spot is that I'm really not sure what deck I'm playing against. Can't say that every day. But of course, the other thing is that you have players that are far better than me playing on the other side, so they sit and take a long, long time to think about their turns. Okay, I'm sure he'll have a way to activate that. Anything else? I guess the other question is, do I just activate it for him? There's not going to be a ton of threats, I don't think. Especially, that's really weird that he didn't tap. That's really weird. Well, I guess we'll, let's see here. I can't actually shield slam into that, but I can potentially kill it. I maybe could have gotten some additional armor out of there, but that's pretty good. That's actually better. All right. And this saves me from getting Harrison next turn, assuming he runs that. So, and I get 3 draws from the Acolyte of Pain, so that's pretty good. And I get another weapon. So, Nerubian Egg down. Having board against something that seems to be a zoo-like construction is pretty nice. Bomb Lobber, Death's Bite in hand. At least I have the early game under control. Not a terrible Hellfire turn, I guess. Cute. Oh! Skill! Alright. Mad skills. Alright. I think it's more correct to Death's Bite trade. Bomb Lobber is really tempting, but if those guys are left to sit around, it can cause some headaches, so I guess I could shield slam one of them just to preserve. Wait, what am I thinking? I don't need the Death's Bite this turn. Can always just develop my board and get a little bit of extra armor, so. It's going to be really hard to rush me down if you just let me keep building up my armor like this. I still have another shield slam in hand, so. And that's 2/2 cost minions for 2/2 cost minions, so it's a plus. And I was able to trade up for another thing as well. Plus get some additional card draw. It's rare when you can be ahead of the card draw race for this guy. Okay. Yeah, let's bomb lobber. It's fine. There's not too many other targets, I don't think. And it saves another turn with Acolyte of Pain and Death's Bite as well. Could possibly execute if it comes to that. Well, it's annoying. But I guess that's why it's called an Annoyatron. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Yeah, it's probably better to develop the Belcher. As nice as it would have been to Death's Bite and not kill that guy right away. I guess I could still shield slam this. I kind of want to save that for a better target. Oh, I didn't armor up. Ah. It's where I get a little bit too ahead of myself. That 2 armor could come back to make me sad. So you have all the little taunts. Is there going to be like some crazy Mal'Ganis here before long? That's what I want to know. And I guess he's not going to attack anything into here. Probably has a Dark Mom or something. It's funny that I have not gotten to any of my late game threats yet. Ah. Alright. That is indeed a thing you can do. And I gotta be back in a second. Never can just have nice things. No, we can't. Alright. Do I shield slam here? Probably just because otherwise that gets a clean kill. Gives me better board presence. I have 5 damage for this. I have an execute as well. So if he drops something major on turn 9, and turn 9 is usually the time where the Warlock does something major. I've got Big Game Hunter. I've got execute. Piloted Shredder, not quite in the same weight class. Okay. So all the little spare parts. Trying to make Mech Warlock happen. Okay, good draw. There we go. Now let's Dr. Boom responsibly, okay? 1 extra card, a Winax, that's good. Ugh, really wish I could trade into that just a little bit, but... Guess we'll force him to trade. There's not many things that are only going to have 1 attack. And maybe I should have traded into that just a little bit, but... I have the board at least. Let's see if he has a board clear. And he might. It's always the fun possibility you play with. So second Nerubian Egg, which is a good deterrent to the boom thingies. And is he going to power overwhelming it right now? That's unusual. So he really wants a 4/4 right now. I don't know how I feel about that. Unless he's about to just concede.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Yeah, he's about to concede. Alright. Whee! There we go. So he had one of those in hand. Oh, he's not going to concede. Okay, we can dance this dance pretty well. All right. Do I have the mana to do what I want to do? I can armor up. I can't play the Shield Maiden too, so that's going to get executed. Let's just go ahead and do the obvious thing, kill this. Do this part. Wow, that's some good RNG. I will definitely take that. Let's go ahead and get the execute here. Let's go ahead and I guess I can just play the War Axe. I mean, I have 9 left. Let's play the War Axe. 1 attack, Shield Maiden. Pretty good. Can't attack next turn, but he has 1, maybe 2 cards that he can draw, so not a terrible place to be. Question is that it? Did I successfully survive the early onslaught of friendly little minions? Yay, there we go. Alright. Back up to where we started after the first game. Next. So I'm not really keeping stats too much of what I faced so far, but it's been a pretty even split of control and aggro so far. A little bit leaning towards aggro. That was a really interesting mech warlock deck, though. It didn't quite work out. Alright. So we got a handlock here. 1 armorsmith is good. Armorsmith Acolyte. Let's see if we can get the War Axe. That'd be lovely. Oh well. Alright, let's see if we can get a good first draw here. I wonder how many people are just going to be laddering straight up Zoo. Okay, that's going to be worthwhile. Armorsmith first, Unstable Ghoul. And then we'll learn really quickly if this is a handlock or not. I'm guessing based on this it is, which means we hold on to Harrison Jones very happily because I've made... Nope, it's Zoo. Alright. Well, the good news at least is because it's Zoo, we kind of know what we're facing. If it was not, then Harrison Jones... I actually made a horrible mistake last night where I played Harrison against a handlock who wasn't quite at lethal but was just down a little bit before really anything could have come of it. So the question is, do I start trying to trade into this yet? I don't think the answer is yes. He's going to have a way to activate that in a minute, so I should be ready for it. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Alright, so he's giving me a card. Alright. That's a good pickup. I was just wondering what I was going to do with my next turn. Alright. So So we're not going to pop the egg just yet. Alright. We will pop the egg when we are ready for it to be popped. Unfortunately, we forgot what things looked like. Alright. So I guess we're not going to dive into that quite yet. That's a bit of a misplay on my end. Forgot, oh look, there's a taunt there. What do we do? What I guess what I'd rather avoid in that case is him having the 4/4 to attack with immediately. Alright. Alright, go for face. Brawl's pretty fun. This looks like a brawl turn. It denies me a little bit of... Oh, no, no, no. I can actually get card draw. And I avoid the Harrison play. We have one more card, so it kind of replaces itself. Let's brawl. Oh my gosh, my guy survived. I was just saying last game, let's get some brawl luck. You play enough games, you'll get brawl luck. Some people call it brawl skill, but we know it's Hearthstone. And here's where the onslaught of other minions comes in. One more card, that's a good one. 2 shield maidens or a... I mean, the other threats are going to be bigger threats that I can deal with in a little bit, so let's go ahead and shield block. Sludge Belcher's a really nice pickup here. Oh, that's cute. Gives him a little more reach with some of his spells, but what can you do? Still, you know you're having a good day when you're ahead on card draw of the Warlock. That's fine. I wasn't going to be playing any spells next turn anyway. Except for maybe execute on that, but that's not what we're doing. Okay, so is he going to actually gift me 2 more armor? It looks like it. Alright. Alright. I think the right play is just to taunt armor up, but the Shield Maiden gives me a some more armor somewhere down the line. I know this dies immediately to Lotheb, but I can always execute Lotheb next turn, assuming he trades like I expect him to. Now I'm curious if these zoo decks are doing things like playing Dr. Boom and stuff now. No, there we go. Alright, alright, that's good. Wow, that's exciting. That is a lot of cards that I'm gonna have to deal with. It's like, did I just brawl too soon? That was actually a really nice turn for him. Alright. The good news for me is that I'm not quite out of this yet. That was a really nice move there. I have to say. Pretty sure he top decked some of it, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that it was good. All right. So I want to put something on the board, but I don't know if I can afford to this turn. I mean, Shield Maiden plus some armor would be really nice. That thing has Wind Fury and is not taunted. Almost debating if I should attack that or execute that. Tough. Well, let's see here. If I put the Shield Maiden down, I can't Death Spite. to. I hate it, but I have to. Alright, what's more damage over time? Probably Loathhead. That was a messy turn. Oh well. But hey, that's the kind of nuts that you run into sometimes. Is like, it felt like a good brawl. Maybe I should have waited a turn longer for the brawl, and that's where experience with this deck will come and help a little bit. There we go. I may just be dead here. Alright. Wow, something else to play too. Alright. Yeah, is there a method for me to survive this? There's that. 5 armor versus a taunt. I mean, he has to break through the taunt. I can kill a few things with this and knock down the divine shield, so. Oh, that's right. I have to attack the minion with taunt. That means I'm just dead. Like, actually dead. Me forgetting what taunt means. Alright. I mean, there's absolutely a possibility that I survive if I can get 2 shield maidens down 2 turns in a row, but that's not going to happen here. Alright, one more life tap. He's looking for the chargey charge, and he didn't get it. Doesn't matter, though. Oh well. And that'd be a much better play for Deathspite. Alright. Here I was thinking I could win 3 in a row. Nope. Not this time. I thought I had what it took to take on the early Grecian. I'll be interested to watch that game again to see if there's anything I could have done a little differently. I mean, there's not anybody watching the stream right now that I can tell, but didn't exactly tweet or advertise the stream as much. Had a few people pop in at the beginning. Alright. Another hunter. Really debating keeping the Sludge Belcher, but I'm not going to. It'll get owled. That's probably a better start. If it's a mid-range hunter, I'll be a little happier. I do pretty well against face hunter. Not 100% by any means. It's one of those things where if I can get the early board to stabilize, it's fine. Like last game, I wonder if trading in both of those... and now I'm getting my games confused. If that was the one with the 2 knife jugglers and trading them in early set me up. The Enhancer Mechanico just kicked me in the nuts, so. You're not going to win everything, and right now I'm at 50-50, and he's thinking about something. Shocker me, please, I guess. Okay. It's really interesting that I've only seen 1 mage so far. And I have a slow start, so this could get ugly fast. Depending on what he puts down. I really hope he put down a bunch of 1 health minions, because I gotta answer for that. That you might owl, but I gotta answer for it. Why is it a carrot always coming up? There we go. And what do we got? Coin, steady shot. So I just got dentist. Okay. Or it means he has a terrible hand. Or if he's just going to steady shot me every single turn. 2 Belchers is good. It's fine. You can steady shot me every turn. We'll go to 50 turns and the game will end. I'm assuming this is mid-range or Control Hunter, because I've heard some people trying to make that a thing. Alright. That's a... At least get 1 card out of it and take another charge. Of course, he probably is like, I'm going to play this trap. Then I'll say, that's fine, I'll trigger the trap and draw top deck Harrison right now. That's what I want to see. Okay, so is it going to be Huffer? No, it's going to be Misha. Alright. I think we're going to be okay. Alright. So if he has Harrison in his hand, that'll tell me a lot about what his deck is or what his deck's tech for. Nah, it's face. Okay. Well, we can play that game, I guess. One extra card. Still think the Shield Maiden's best of all of this right now. Because that way we can turn 7 Sludge Belcher armor up, or Sludge Belcher, whatever else comes out. And then turn 8, possibly Kel'Thuzad, or possibly Sylvanas, depending on if we get a high main right here. Okay, so it is face. Okay. Then I think I've got this one in pretty good shape. I'm really tempted to just bomb lobber here. Really tempted. If I bomb lobber here, it puts another creature on the board, and I have 3. That makes more likely for Unleash the Hounds and bad things to happen. So it's probably smarter for me to trade and put up a taunt. Alright. Fun things that I learned. Shield Slam only affects minions. I tried to Shield Slam somebody in the face. I got kicked out of that restaurant. Har har! Jokes. Jokes are fun. There's your owl. You knew that was coming. Alright. Alright, guess my hand is forced a little bit here. Dr. Boom would be pretty cute. But I think it's going to have to be Tradesies. Actually, he doesn't have a lot of threats. I don't have to completely trade out. But I am going to try and set up a good Kel'Thuzad something or other. Because if that just dies while silenced, it's going to come back as that, which is... Oh, second owl. Wow. You do not see that every day. Does he have the kill command too? Oh my gosh! I was just screwed from the start. Alright. He had both owls. So do I have lethal here? Because I'm going to have to armor up. And I'm going to have to clear the board, but I can't quite clear the board without brawling. Well, I can bomb lobber actually. So bomb lobber armor is probably going to be the play. And I just got to hope he doesn't have extra damage. That stinks, but That's the game sometimes. Alright. Yeah, both owls within the first 10 cards of his deck. I mean, there's times where I get good draws too, so there's not really a lot of room to complain. Is it Huffer? No, it's Misha. Good. Alright. Does he have... Ooh. Alright. That's a little ugly. Alright. Okay, so I can armor up and taunt this. He'd have to find 1 extra damage somewhere. You know what, let's experiment a little bit. Let's see what this does. So we're going to armor up. I guess I'd go ahead and kill this too so he doesn't have a chance to hit me in the face. I mean, if he gets a kill command or something, I'm dead anyway. Alright. Is that enough to win? I don't know. That was a really clutch leper gnome, though. Whew! Damn. Kel'Thuzad pulling through. Alright. Let's give it another go. Because Kel'Thuzad won't bring back, if with the death rattle there where it gets replaced, the only way to get it to come back as actual Sludge Belchers is if they're silenced. He happened to silence both of them. So there we go. But he needed 1 more damage, or 3 more damage. He could have gotten it from whatever new card is coming out for Hunters, but this is going to be... I have a feeling this is control versus control, but if it's aggro warrior, that'll be fun and interesting. This is a horrible opening if it's aggro. So let's go ahead and see what we can get. This is a little more workable, not great. So it may be an armor up battle here versus someone who has hit legend before because they have the card back. I know some people are like, haha, well, who cares if you have card back? I'd totally use it. It's a pretty decent grind that I've not had time for. Okay, so this is not a control warrior, which means I'm officially in trouble, as I have a really slow start. Alright. Yeah, this is officially going to be bad. Like, I need some early game here. And I can't just sit here and attack either of these people. Okay. And this is what happens sometimes with this kind of deck, is that you just have a terrible start. Hey, Deltini, or I think I pronounced that right. Yeah, the Legend card, I don't know. I get matched up with so many Legend players in casual play that it usually just boils down to it's someone who makes better decisions than me, and that's kind of that last 5% that they make it above where I'm at. So there's a little bit of an intimidation factor, sure, but it's not the beginning of the end. Okay, this is going to be this could be a cute turn or a terrible turn depending, because I can Death's Bite and that'll just activate this. And that'll do some damage, but my kind of rule of thumb when facing a trampoline warrior or anything like this is that this guy, the Frothing Berserker, is your #1 threat, and it needs to die. It absolutely needs to die. And I don't have to worry about the Amani Berserker getting death rattled with this just yet. I can target it later on. Plus, I still have the Sludge Belcher. Yeah, it's one of those things where at least I have the confidence in knowing is that if I had more time, I would hit Legend. The only reason I don't have the card back is that I just haven't had the time or the dedication. And this is a really interesting deck that's all based on that one whirlwind that he wants to get. Well, let's go ahead and... I'm not going to attack here. I'm just going to belch. And coining Shield Maiden to Shield Slam may be happening next turn. I still have the Brawl in my pocket, which is pretty nice. Good owl. Alright, what else do we got? Kel'Thuzad will not save me this time. Alright. Okay, this is where I don't want his armor situation to get out of control, so... But it looks like I'm going to have to just a little bit, so... Yeah, I guess next turn's going to be Dr. Boom, and this turn's going to be Death Rattles for everybody. Of course, there is a way I can actually have the Sludge Belcher survive. So I think that's what we'll do. If I just attack here, it's gonna give him some more armor, I know, but I can see if I can knock that out a little bit next turn. I'm not huge on using the execute here, but or it's not execute, it's a shield slam, so I can totally do that. So that's 2 sets of damage here. Still haven't coins, so... Alright, he has 9 armor. 10 armor to my 5. And he's done more damage. I have a little more board. I'm still feeling a little shaky. If he Dr. Booms, I might Dr. Boom just right back at him. Oh, good. That's a good one. Alright. So he's going to go just for face. Okay. Alright, the question becomes, is it right to Dr. Boom on just this turn? I mean, I can trade up. Well, it's not really a trade up. He's used 2 cards there, so... I mean, there's not really a great sense in brawling right now. But I can actually hit that and kill it. I can clear his board. What's the rest of my play is the question. Because I don't really want this to stick around, but playing this will force him to react to me, but will get him possibly some more card draw. But I feel like I need to take that armor down a little bit, or I'm just going to get my face wrecked. It's an interesting turn. Gave him extra armor when I didn't need to. That's not good practice. So that was pretty sloppy. Oh well. Alright. Play something big that I can big game hunt, please. I said 15 armor is really nice on his end. This is where Alex Strauss would be pretty nice to have for me, but... if I can just start chipping away at his armor, that'd be nice, because he got 15 there, and that was mostly from the armor smith. Okay, good. And let's charge it. Okay. Ooh, that is fun. Oh, that's a good play. Oh, that's a good one. I approve that message. Alright. I don't know if he has the one-turn kill in here, though. He might. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I mean, losing the Shield Maiden. Oh, you're right. Oh, and you know what's great about losing the Shield Maiden there is that I actually thought ahead is that I should Cruel Taskmaster later. Ugh. No, that's good. I actually thought that through in my brain. And it didn't come to it. Now the question is... I could armor up. I could just get some boom bots out there. Save this for another turn. I can't shield right now, so if he has 10 damage in there somewhere, I'm in trouble. He probably does have 10 damage in there somewhere, to be honest. Alright, but yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I should have attacked with the Shield Maiden first, because I would have had more health, more survival. So there's one execute down. 12 health. Alright. It's probably more important for me to play the Shield Maiden and armor up here. As tempting as it is to bomb lobber, as tempting as it is to rag, there's a lot of ways you can take care of 12 health. So we'll go for the guaranteed life savings. Alright, 1 and 2. And we'll see if we've gassed him. But no, I do agree. It's absolutely right. I shouldn't have lost that first Shield Maiden. Oh, that was awesome. Oh, okay. So he's about to surrender and Mortal Strike to himself. And armor up to himself. So I'm sorry. But despite the misplay, actually beat a legend player. Yay! And no, I do appreciate the feedback. Like I said at the beginning of this, I'm not actually playing on any kind of delay. So this is live action. Beat a legend player. Let's actually get a card pack real quick, just for fun. I am buying classic card backs. I was working before towards Alexstrasza. I don't know if that's going to change. Will this be the one where I get a legendary? Probably not. No. But I got a golden. I got a little bit more dust than usual, so nothing exciting. It's classic packs. Let's throw another game out there. But see, this is good. This is why I'm just trying to stick with this deck. Last season was Tempo Mage, and it got me to rank 5 before I hit a wall. And it was a pretty hard wall. I made it all the way to... I was one game away from 4 stars or rank 4 about 3 times. And each time I got beaten back, and then I'd go on a losing streak. So eventually I said, F it. I played with a crappy Priest deck for a while. Like, really, really... it was jokingly terrible. And I only managed to fall down to rank 7. What did I learn about my deck that had Wailing Souls and a bunch of things with nasty death rattles in it is that 4 health doesn't mean a whole lot. And thank you for the GG. Yeah, I'm very a little surprised by that victory, but glad. So this is probably Mech Mage again. You don't really see Tempo Mages too often. At least I've played Mage enough to know the matchup pretty well. So this person is unknown. Got the Win X, that's good. I played Kel'Thuzad instead of Alexstrasza. Kel'Thuzad has saved me some games. So that matters. Let's just... I guess I'll just go ahead and pop the Scientist now. I'm not too concerned. Alright. Spider Tank, hello. So it's Mech Mage, which means this is going to be Mirror Entity, so let's just go ahead and get it out of the way now. I shouldn't have ended turn there, but I did. Oh well. So Frostbolt. Well, at least the card replaces itself. Second Acolyte of Pain. Well, the good news is that I can execute it. and deny the next card draw. So I could use my second execute right now. That seems really hasty, but it does give me some early game control. I said we'll just experiment and see how it goes. Biggest thing with Mech Mage is surviving the early games, so yeah. Hello, Noyatron. Okay. That was a good top deck. Let's get some information. Brawl is decent. Mech Mage doesn't usually run Harrison either, so I should be alright. Sup, Lotheb. Do I play Sylvanas now and just see if he'll trade Lotheb in for it and kill this, or do I play the Acolyte? Problem is, if I play the Acolyte, I don't have too much else of a play. So we'll see what he does with this. See if I can get a good draw next turn. He's still got a lot of cards in his hands, so here we go. That's why we saved the BGH. Could Dr. Boom back at his face, but why?
I've got the beast in my sight.
And do I coin here? Probably not. Although that could be fun. Okay, a little bit of face is fine. Okay, definitely don't want this to trigger first. Come on, 1 damage. There we go. Higher than I'd like, but okay. So I guess I'll boom here and armor up. Problem is that that's going to be Mirror Entity if he runs it into boom. But I'm just going to have to figure that out in a little bit, because I'd love to kill Thazad, but if it's Mirror Entity, it's going to be an issue. Okay, 1 fireball. So is he just going to go straight face? Yes. Alright, so he did use 1 fireball there. This feels like a brawl turn. Problem is I don't have anything else if I brawl. But neither does he, so let's go ahead and let's do it. Yeah. What lives? The freaking spider tank lives. No, it doesn't. Alright. No, I hate drawing, like, dropping Kel'Thuzad out there to make him live, but good brawl at least. Yes, you're absolutely right. There's not really much to do other than brawl. Goblin Blast Mage would have wrecked me. A lot of things are still going to wreck me right now. That Mirror Entity is going to be really annoying, and I do not play a Kezan Mystic, so to at least get the problem is that I have to buff somebody with that. So that's really annoying. All right, I'm gonna do it anyway. I mean, at this point, what option do I have? Because none of these other things I want mirrored. And I still got some decent threats here. Boom bit, boom bot. I get it though. Yeah, that was a really nice bit of extra RNG. It's like boom bots, I don't mind them dying in the brawl. Okay, I'm kind of lucky that Mech Warper came so late. And it looks like he doesn't have a clean kill, except with this, so I may be in better shape. This is probably his reach card, if he's not playing anything else. Alright. Alright, now here is the true test. Is it a Kel'Thuzad turn? Or do I clear his board and armor up? Kel'Thuzad could be quite nice, but I think Garrosh, getting him developed when he's just top decking at this point, because I'm going to win a top deck fight regardless. And if I can armor up here, there's not going to be too much for him to do. So let's... I mean, worst case is that he just kills it outright. There's a few things he has that could kill it. I think he already BGH'd. I can't remember. I'm getting my games confused now. Means I've been playing a little longer than I mean to. So 6, and one of those is a fireball. Did he top deck a fireball? He did not top deck a fireball. Alright. Good. Alright. Do I go for total board control here? Maybe. I have 17 health, so I'm feeling pretty decent. Let's just go face. Just need that added pressure.
Well played.
Alright, so can he kill me? Ice Lance. Rusty Horn! Oh, that was the spare part this whole time. Alright. That's too bad. Yay, victory! Alright. And a win streak. Let's see if we can hit rank 16. That'd be... It's been so long since I've increased a rank. Alright, one more. Let's see. Okay, Rogue. Now, if this is an oil rogue, supposedly rumor has it that they will just surrender to me outright. So it's probably not oil rogue. It's also a terrible start. You need to not have a slow start. That's better. That's an even better start. Yay. So I didn't get the auto concede. Let's see if it's a tempo rogue or something. Armor Smith first. Doesn't die to backstab like other things. I missed my laser shot, so Technically, I should be using that to be like, I got a coin or something, but let's see. War Axe is good. Probably not going to develop it yet, though. Save it for inevitably when he drops SI Agent or something down here. So there's Deadly Poison there. A little bit of armor's good. Alright. Guess I'll actually, let's see here. It's a little tempting to do either. I could Taskmaster. That'll help me trade up, but that puts it immediately in death range here. I think this is the better play. Second Acolyte. Good, so I can immediately get some more card draw. Because right now I don't have a great board for him to try and take down. Okay. Lothab's actually really nice versus Control Warrior, but that's not the game I'm playing right now. Yay! This may even draw out a fan of knives. Well, not a fan of knives. Blade Fury. Blade Fury. Blade Fury is... I'm thinking of the joke patch notes they put out today. So that does put him in execute range, and there's not too many other things to be executed here. Thalanos, so is this going to be Fan of Knives? Yeah. That's okay. I don't need to worry too much about developing my board with the hand that I have. Could actually... Okay, prep, and is he going to actually eviscerate here? Yeah. Interesting. So getting really aggressive about the armor. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Because that stops the shield slam. And you've got to not let the armor spiral out of control versus a warrior if you're rogue. If you get behind on that, you're going to have a bad time. Now, unfortunately for him, I do actually have some answers for what he has on the board. So we'll execute here. Taskmaster here. Go. Alright. Like I said, this was another... Like I said, this is a suggestion I saw from competitive Hearthstone Reddit. Just one unstable ghoul has been a really valuable one-off right here. And it's even going to do some pretty good work against the Violet Teacher. If he just keeps trying to cast spells, this Death Rattle is going to make him have a little bit of a bad time. Yeah, second execute, pretty good. Might as well use it now and get some armor in the process. Though let's not make the mistake before of not preserving my person's health. So, hello, Shield Maiden. Yes, you can sap this Shield Maiden. That is totally fine. You can sap it all you want. Alright. So I'm ahead, but he can still prep at any time. Okay, thank you for sapping. Nice thing about sap versus freezing trap is I can just drop it back out, and because it has the battle cry, it does get some value. I do lose some tempo, but this is not a tempo deck. Alright, so let's get some information. Not to... Ooh, interesting. Not to mention, I would much rather him use his saps on this versus on my taunts. But Snow Chugger is a really good pop out for him, to be honest.
This guy's toast.
Might be a decent brawl turn too. Second Shield Maiden as well, that's pretty nice. Alright. Let's brawl. Ha! With Millhouse, let's definitely brawl. Alright. Let's hope it's the SI agent that survives. Snow Chugger. That sucks a little more, but I got taunts I can drop. And I'm not really like in any kind of lethal range right now, so as soon as I can drop a taunt, I'm okay. That's pretty good. Good to make him use the inefficient heal as well. Okay, Garrosh is very tempting here, but I think it's smarter for me just to... Well, let's think about this for a second. If I Garrosh into this, he doesn't have stuff on the board to kill it. But I'm frozen, so I can't really do anything with that right now. These two taunts will live. Alright. Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to protect the maiden a little bit more. I've been so reckless, like, especially with Deathspite. And that's just because I don't... I think I have maybe a total of, like, 30 warrior games under my belt post-Naxxramas. So I forget about things like Deathspite and its Death Rattle. And stuff like that. I don't think he's actually coined yet. So I'll have to keep that in mind. He might have coined. I was supposed to shoot the rocket when he coined. We'll shoot it now. Alright, that's a better term for me. Alright. You know, I can live the dream of developing Garrosh behind a block here, and he doesn't have quite the cards for a Tinkerer's Oil, so... Be nice if I had Shield Slam to go with this, but I don't, so... Maybe I should have developed the Fire War Axe there, but I have enough mana to where it's not going to matter as much. But this is behind two taunts. He has to have something that can directly destroy this. And he hasn't drawn Sprint. Ooh, not a great turn for him. Alright. Let's get some armor. Shield Slam, that's good. Next question is, do I really need to develop the board very much right now? If I throw the Shield Maiden out there, and he has a big play where he Blade Furies everything, then I'm a little bit behind. The Armor Smith is kind of a low risk. So let's go into beatdown mode. See if he's got anything else. Alright, he didn't. Thank you, Garrosh, for coming at the last second there. My green-skinned pal. Alright, well that's great. I think I'm going to have to call it a stream for now, but I will be streaming more Hearthstone as the month progresses later on. Sometimes it'll be this time, sometimes it'll be later, but thank you for joining in. I appreciate the nice comments, side commentary. Glad I was able to kind of pull it together at the end. Feel like I'm maybe figuring out things a little bit, which means the next time you see me, I'll probably be back to rank 18, because I'll get a bit of a losing streak. But nice thing about this early in the show is that I can still get win streaks, so just trying to play some games as I go on, but for now... Once again, thanks for watching, thanks for joining, and look forward to seeing you around in the future. I also have thingamajigs on YouTube, which is actually, let me hit the right button here. YouTube, Twitter, waytofailself. Asher's just what I have there, but there's my brief little pug. And yeah, thanks for watching, glad you enjoyed it, and I will see you all around. Yay, Hearthstone, new season. We'll see how the new cards wreck my current strategies. Take care.